Our original Buddha nature is, in highest truth, devoid of any atom of objectivity. It is void, omnipresent, silent, pure. It is glorious and mysterious, peaceful joy. If you entertain any idea about objectivity in this world, you are millions of eons away from it. You had to be on the guard all the time when people talk about changing the world. There's no world. There's no objective world that is going to be changed. There is points of view. Every person has a point of view, and it's totally subjective. It is the one reality that shines through the eyes of every person and makes the person see the world in a certain way. But there's no world separated from that. Don't fall victim of any ideas of objectivity, then you have duality. And you cannot know. The whole world that you see is a projection of that light that shines in your heart. It's unbelievable, but you do it every night in the dreams. How do you create every night the dreams? You will say, oh yes, Nukunu, that is pure subjective, of course. It's something I do in the dream. I don't know how I do it, but I do it. You do the same with the open eyes. It's also a dream. There's no difference. A little different here and there, but basically not. So don't cling, when you hear any kind of talks about something separate from you, existing by itself, separate from you, all these ideas about objectivity, you're miles away. That's why you have to be very careful when people talk about this world will be enlightened and everybody will be happy. There is no world, first of all, and there is no one to be happy or sad. Essentially, apparently yes. But to know the truth, you have to go beyond the appearance. How do you go beyond the appearance? By going into yourself. And just stop up and relax into what is, and you come into this stillness, always. And then, just to stay here, and one day you will suddenly know that all these books, you will suddenly know from your own experience. I know what he talks about. I know from myself. It is void, omnipresent, silent, pure, it's glorious and mysteriously peaceful. Omnipresent is a very, very misunderstood idea because people believe that they will be present everywhere out there. And so they cannot understand, how can I be present out there? How can I be present out in the forest on the other side of the lake? Because they talk about objectivity. They cannot understand what omnipresent is. When you enter this silent stillness, there is something here that is the essential nature of every experience, and every experience is consciousness. It's not out there. So in that sense, you will be omnipresent in everything. Because this stillness is pure presence, and it is the essential nature of every experience. In that sense, you're omnipresent. It is not that you disappear as an ego and you are floating in the forest over there and in the lake and in the kitchen, and it's not like that. And as long as you entertain any idea about objectivity, you cannot understand a single word of all this. So the first step is to go beyond the duality of me and you and realize this stillness. Then you will know what it is, and you will know it's glorious. It's mysterious, peaceful joy. It is whenever you touch this silent center, it is, and then you're in Maya again. But you know now that it is the stillness. But Maya is still here with all the challenges. That's why Zen people say, when you meet with conditions, relax. What is conditions? It's every moment. Maya comes in every moment. It never leaves you peaceful. You say, oh, finally I had some peace. And then there comes a mail or a letter or something. Or somebody comes and complains, and there's never peace. Don't believe you're going to find peace anywhere in the objective world. No way. But there is always peace inside. This place is always in peace. And you can always go in and drink from your own heart. When you meet with conditions, relax. That's all. It is void. It means it cannot be talked about. It doesn't belong to our ideas about time and space. It's beyond this. It's omnipresent. As I said to you, you will not know what omnipresent is unless you go beyond objectivity. Silent, pure, it is glorious and mysterious, peaceful joy. And that is all. That's true. And that is all. Enter deeply into it by awakening to it yourself. When you rest in this stillness, this awakening will come. Suddenly it just comes. That which is before you, is it, in all its fullness, utterly complete. Whatever is right in front of you, is it. But it appears differently. That which is before you, is it, in all its fullness, utterly complete. It's utterly complete in every experience. It doesn't lack anything in every experience. It's purna, perfect. So that's why every experience is perfect. But we don't have words for purna because this Sanskrit language is dying away because we go into the dark age of Kali. Right, Mira?
Often starts with this purna.
Yeah, it's such a great mantra. Purna, purnamidam, purnat, purnasya, purnama. It means perfect, not in our ordinary sense that it is different from imperfect. It is just absolutely perfect. There is not beside. There's nothing beside it. Even if you go to all the stages of a bodhisattva progress towards Buddhahood. I don't know all these stages of bodhisattva progress, but it's probably a lot of things you had to do. One by one, when at last, in a single flash, you will only be realizing the Buddha nature which has been with you all the time. And by all the foregoing stages, you will have added to it nothing at all. You will come back to look upon these eons of work and achievement as no better than unreal actions performed in a dream. If you can feel that, you touch it. You cannot think about it, but you can touch it.